House of Jeff Hurst, the Trevor Brooking and Billy Bonds, Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together in defeat. Proud of our history, West Ham United, more than just a podcast, more than just a podcast.
Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning. Welcome back to More Than Just a Podcast. It is season 13. It is episode 4. If you've not heard episode 3, which is our spectacular episode covering the Bournemouth game and transfer news, go back and listen to episode 3. If not, listen to episode 4 now. And you've been waiting to hear. We're going to open with Nigel talking about what happened at the zoo. But before that, hello, Nigel. Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm in my shed. Deleting emails. I was that bored.
Can you tell them? Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm at home, still doing the pub with you.
Yeah. Nigel, what happened at Colchester Zoo?
And actually, there may be a funny twist to it. I don't think I've told you, boys. It's one of those moments where you sort of feel affirmed in doing what you do. So I went to Colchester Zoo Thursday for the granddaughters because it was her actual birthday, so I went to the party, and with all the family, it was about 11 of us, and we stopped for a picnic, and it was mobbed out the zoo, and this boy tapped me on the shoulder, and he didn't have great speech. He was about 18, and from his speech, obviously, I didn't know to look at him. I'd seen him walking round with like a group of other children or young adults with disabilities. So that they had like, carers with them as such. And he couldn't really talk, but he was pointing at his phone. And at first I thought he was lost and asking me something. And basically what he said was, "Is this you?" And he had typed out on his phone, "Claret and booze."
Oh.
And I looked at it, and thought, wow, yeah. And he was really happy. And he hugged me and everything, and he did the crossed hammers, which I didn't do back. But
Why
anyway,
not?
but anyway, so he sort of said as best as he could. I asked him what his name was, and he had to type his name out for me, and it was Daniel. And I wished him well and everything.
What did he think of Nick?
Well,
who was his favourite presenter?
This may be where it gets a bit stranger. He then sent a message and everything, and Nick said to him, "Did you meet Nigel?" And he said, "Yeah, I love you. I think you're brilliant." To Nick, and then I did say to Nick, "I think you need to sort yourself out, mate, because I'm possibly thinking now he thought I was you." So I hope, because Daniel's obviously had seen me on Claret and Booze.
Yeah.
And whether he'd got confused, I'm definitely not the mad one.
He's the other tubby one.
Whoa.
So when he asked if it was you, was he typing on the phone?
He said. No, he sort of mumbled, "Is this you?" in the best way that he could speak. But he'd already typed out Claret and Booze.
Right. Could he spell condescending?
I don't think I can, mate. So
can you?
No.
No, I'm asking Len. Can he spell
Yeah.
condescending?
CONDESCENDING.
Oh, well done.
I couldn't tell you if that was right or wrong, but anyway, it sounds right to me. Condescending. So.
Anyway, it's not a.
But it's one of them where you think it's quite humbling when someone comes up to you like that, especially in front of your family, who are all looking and going, "What's all that about?"
Yeah. Why is my husband talking to a kid?
Yeah, like 18. Well, he's a teenager, and it was like, he'd seen me on YouTube, and they all go, "Ooh, bloody West Ham."
Look, you should have stayed last night, because Nick was talking before I came on, and you probably was listening to.
I was listening before you came on.
How Harry Maguire wasn't coming. He was going to Aston Villa, and you know, Moyes days was numbered and everything. And I came on and just
He said
dispelled
you
all
cheered
of
him
that.
up.
And he then went, well, fuck. You've
Well,
really cheered
learning,
me up.
wouldn't it?
Like, that will learn me to bring you on.
Yeah.
No knows why I'm miserable all the time.
Yeah, I know. Anyway,
I did point out to Nick
Go on.
that you should have remembered my rule, Nick,
Go on.
when I first joined Claret and Boo's Facebook group.
But no Sean Whetstone.
No Sean Whetstone. I'll
Yeah,
only be
and
a
what did he
member if
say?
there's no Sean Whetstone.
What
And he
did he
went,
say?
yeah, but this weren't Facebook. That's what that was his
I
reply.
quite like Nick, you know. You know where you are with Nick. He's refreshingly. I just wonder, we talked about this the other day, what will Nick do when Moyes is not around anymore? His whole persona has been, you know.
Well, Sean, we've often wondered what you'd do if Sullivan were around anymore.
Well, you
Find
know
out
this.
soon.
You know that, you know, and we were talking about this the other day. You know, the House of Cards falls in, doesn't it? You know, but there you go. Anyway, we don't talk about how sausages are made. We are going to have a question time, which probably is going to be quite a long one since you put the question up ages ago. So it's time for this. Facebook, Twitter question time, where you, the 4 million listeners on Spotify, get to ask us, the three presenters, questions. I mean, 4 million is a lot of listeners, isn't it, Nigel?
Yes.
Loads.
It's also a number I made up.
Right. Are you done now with the intro?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, right. So, earlier on More Than Just a Podcast Facebook group, so if you want to put a question in, check it out, people. More Than Just a Podcast on Facebook.
Go on, tell me how many there are, just so I can manage my expectations.
1,500 members on More Than Just a Podcast. Which is a lot more than we ever used to have for years.
How many comments are there?
Oh, 20 odd.
Oh, right, not too bad.
So, no. Next up, is a general more important than a colonel, or is a colonel more important than a general?
Ooh. I think a general is more important than a colonel.
A general is
So
definitely
what? First up is General Richard Kemp. I'm going to upgrade him because obviously the Richard Kemp I remember was a soldier who used to appear on the BBC every time they want to talk about soldiering things. So obviously I don't want to downgrade him, but we got Colonel Sanders, and I think I don't want people to share names. So Richard the General Kemp, evening all, he says. Trailing through social media at the weekend, you'd think we got relegated Saturday. Since when was an away point in the Premier League such a disaster?
When you could have had 3.
Yeah. Question for the Stooge. That's you, Sean. Transfers out, brackets, millions. Rice, 105. Vlasic, 10. Skamaka, 21. Total, 136.
Yeah.
Transfers in, JWP, he's put 35. That ain't right, is it?
27.
Right. Alvarez, he's put 35.
32.8.
So add your two together.
I don't know what I said.
Well,
What's
oh
that?
my
60
fucking
million.
God.
60 million.
Well,
Yeah,
all right.
60
So
million.
rumoured and frugal summer kitty of 50 million following Europa set.
No, there wasn't
Success.
any. You know this, and I wrote about this on 6'2". There was no kitty. It was 0. We were allowed to spend what we got in. Which, if we go by your
Hold
rules,
up. And I'd beg to differ. Hold
No,
up. Are you
no.
saying that we won a European trophy? And I know there's less money in it. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. We probably
yeah.
earned more money for getting to semi-final
Yeah,
of the
we
Europa
did,
League than
yeah.
we did. But we've gone through Europe, had sellouts at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ticketing and everything else. All right, I get it. We didn't finish so well in the Premier League, but we still finished in lower to mid-table of the Premier League with the money. Are you telling me that if we hadn't have sold Declan Rice, that we would have had no transfer money?
That's what I'm telling you, yes.
Oh, mate.
But we knew we were going to sell him, so it's slightly irrelevant. But no, I said, and I told you at the time on the podcast, and no one believed me, our budget was outbound sale. And, now, if If Paquetá goes, we could have 200 in that kitty now.
Well, hopefully they'll save that. So basically, he then says we should still have circa 116 million to spend on new players.
Yeah, agreed.
He said with Lanzini and Arthur also off the payroll, and Creswell soon to join them.
Yeah.
Now,
Agreed.
this is where he goes. With these kind of finances, we should be shopping for a top-drawer striker. It appears that our only targets now are last-minute bids for mid-range players no one's ever heard of.
Well, I think you've answered your own question earlier in episode 3, which is what?
I don't know.
Players for Moyes for his final year. Let's get through this season without getting relegated, and let's leave the money to invest in a new manager that is slightly more progressive. Is my supposition.
Right, he's got 2 questions. Yeah.
Go on.
One is, has the club actually tried to sign a top striker? Don't be silly. And 2, which striker does the pod think we should be going all out to sign? Now, one thing I would say is to this is he uses the word top striker.
Yeah.
Now, I always laugh when West Ham fans have this vision, and I don't know if it's me belittling West Ham or whatever, but why do they think top players are going to come and join us?
Yeah. Well, Scott McTominay
especially a striker.
Yeah.
You know, Scott McTominay and Colin Gallagher. There's 2 that turned us down.
Colin Gallagher.
Connor Gallagher.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Do you have a striker out there that you'd like us to sign?
Well, let's have a look. Who's the top strikers in Bundesliga? Who's Vincio Griffo? Who's he?
I don't know.
Nor do I. I'm just looking at Jonas Hoffman. Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Mönchengladbach.
What are they called? Gladbach.
Mönchengladbach.
Munchen. Yeah.
Borussia.
Yeah.
You know what Borussia was?
No, tell me.
It was an old name for Germany.
Yeah, no, let's not get German strikers because I can't pronounce their names.
You struggle with English ones.
Oh, that's true. Look, I don't know. If we're getting the Pearl Diver, you know, one would think the real strikers we want are ones we've never heard of. You know, we want either those pearls from Bundesliga or France or etc. that can make the jump up to the Premier League. You know, we're not.
It is funny because I think when you look around, and I don't know whether how football's got to this, but there's a lack of great strikers throughout football now.
Yeah. I would still have Callum Wilson if we're looking for a player. I know he's 31 years old, but if we're talking a player to get us through a year. He scores goals. He knows where goals are. I would have Callum Wilson.
He'd get a goal, wouldn't he? I mean, he got a goal at the weekend. He came off the bench, didn't he? They've obviously got Isaac.
I would have Callum Wilson for a year to get us through the transition year with David Moyes. But he's not really a David Moyes player, is he?
Well, no, he's a striker.
Very good. By the way,
is Mick Lynch a West Ham fan?
Just to go, by the way, just go back to this colonel. You've got major, captain, then major, lieutenant colonel, colonel, and then above colonel, you've got brigadier general, major general, lieutenant general, and then general. So a colonel is quite a long. A colonel is way down in the ranks.
Oh, right.
General's the top.
So, right. Okay.
Special colonel, especially Colonel
But
Sergeant.
it's not an army podcast. I know there's a few people from the army. And I feel we should have mentioned, we only mentioned captain. Below the captain is first lieutenant and second lieutenant. So big shout out to those as well.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
It's not an army podcast. So.
No, thanks for that. Where's Corporal then?
That's at the bottom.
It's
no, Lance Corporal's at the bottom.
I don't think a corporal is
private. Will be
I'm going to get in trouble.
We're talking about army, right?
Yeah, we're talking.
Well, I made it up to staff sergeant in the boys' brigade.
Well done, mate.
Which was 4 stripes. But they only did that because I got to a certain age, and then afterwards they fought better, and they actually then normally you keep progressing. And if you want to then like look after the younger kids and help bring them through as a mentor, you get to stay. When I got to 19, it was Nigel, you need to leave now.
Oh, and
yeah,
I forgot you in the British Army. You got Field Marshal above General as well.
Oh, right,
yeah. General Haig become Field Marshal.
And I don't think I mentioned Brigadier, just in
so
case.
Did Monty, wasn't he? Wasn't Monty Field Marshal?
Brigadier above Colonel.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
It's not a army podcast.
No.
Yeah. I don't think, by the way, going back to your corporal, not an officer rank. Sorry.
I think Mr. Kinch, Father Kinch, Chris puts right.
What's his Chris? What rank is he?
Reverend, I think.
No, yeah, but he's got. I think he's isn't he a colonel?
No, I don't think he is.
I'm gonna look that up.
All right, you look that up. Next up, one of our favourite Canadians. It's Palumi Ogaluna. He says, hello.
Hello, Palumi.
It says, speaking of transfers, it's a good question. How many of our current 18 are like that? Because that's always seems to feature. Do you think we'll be at the club in 2 years? And he's gone for Alvarez and Obama. That's your lot. Where will we be in 2 years' time?
I don't think that far ahead.
It depends, really, innit? But, I mean, Areola in 2 years' time. I think if a Gerd plays like he did at the weekend, we'd probably keep him. A Gerd, I don't know. Kufal or something.
I don't think a Gerd will be around.
What? Not if he keeps putting in performance like he did at the weekend. Right. Okay. Next up, big friend of the show. It's the Frenchman himself, from Guernsey, the Jersey Hammer, Ian Wiley.
Hello, Ian.
I've just managed to insult lots of different people.
All right, Ian.
How you doing, Ian? Hi all, and I hope you're doing well, son. I hope everything's okay. I know with text and everything, and he did enjoy my picture of Voldemort I sent him. With Moyes insisting players need time to get used to the Premier League, how long before James Ward-Prowse gets his debut? He says, will it be October? And he's glad that we're back. Ward-Prowse, though, should come straight in, are we thinking?
I'm
he'll
hoping
be
so.
straight in.
He's got to be a Moyes signing, hasn't he?
Well, set pieces, of course he is.
But I think we didn't really cover it. I mean, when you look at the midfield that he had, Paquetá, Souček and Fornals, with the signing of Alvarez and Ward-Prowse, where do they fit in? Where does Ward-Prowse fit in? Who loses out? Fornals? Is it Benny? Has he had enough of Benny?
Nah, Paquetá will be gone, mate.
You think?
Yeah, he'll be gone.
Paquetá, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, don't care what his name is after this week.
He might stay.
Nah, I can't see it.
We'll see.
Can't see
it. Anyway, good to hear from you. We'll be in touch soon. Next up, it's Chris Williams. Willie.
Hello, Chris Williams.
We'll now call him. Evening, says Willie. With the arrival of Ward-Prowse, what previous double-barreled players have you enjoyed watching at West Ham? And that's a good question. Have we had any double-barreled names?
Oh, one's on the tip of my tongue.
I can think of one. He had the same first name as me.
Nigel Rio Coke, I suppose it is.
Oh, Rio Coca.
Oh, no,
yeah.
I was thinking Winterburn.
Hey.
Actually, I didn't mind Rio Coca.
All right.
I can't think of any others.
There was one. No. I might be getting mixed up with one of them in the under 23s.
No.
I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
It's pointless asking me for names.
If you remember, well, it's pointless asking Sean for names, to be fair.
Yeah.
He's like a goldfish. Adam Leatherbarrow, your mate Sean, obviously.
Yeah. Who thanks for doing my...
this is Sean's gimp, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's not my gimp.
He's your bitch.
Yeah.
He didn't mind. He likes being called your bitch. Jesus
Oh, really?
Christ.
I
Did you
prefer
call-
Minion, but welcome to the club, ad.
Yeah.
Evening, gents.
His yellow cards are wiped out, but I've got a funny feeling he's going to get one straight away.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
He'll be kicking the ball out of play.
He said, firstly, he wants to congratulate me for my West Ham tour on YouTube. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was good to know more about the club we love. Question he does say is how do we feel about the potential of a 3-5-2 formation that Moyes could be using?
Few people
Well,
talked about
5-3-2, as I will see it.
3-5-2. Who's
Three
the two up front?
into the 5.
No, it ain't
Never
gonna
happening.
happen. Never happening.
Never happening.
It's the two at the front I don't get. When was he ever? He struggles to play one at some time.
Tony Gow said this, actually. Somewhere.
what did he
Mentioned
say?
might be two up front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see, and this is the thing, I didn't see what Antonio started, wasn't it? What did Ings come on for Antonio, did he?
Yes.
I see
Yeah.
Danny Ings went to head the ball and totally missed it.
Yeah.
Or he did. I
Maybe
don't know
he
what
thought
he
about
was
his
doing.
hair.
Well, he's got, he's got
Thought
nothing
better
to
of it.
protect there, has he? Well, I suppose it's investment, isn't it?
I've come up with another double-barreled West Ham.
Go on.
Abdullah, Dieng
Dave
Faye. Yeah.
Right.
You're looking it up and you don't even remember him, aren't you?
No, I do remember him, but he was at the turn of when
Who was the one that was
Sullivan
called the
took over.
wardrobe?
It was him, wasn't it?
He
No.
came
Or
from
was that-
Stoke
Yeah.
on a free.
No, the wardrobe.
For
was
Sam
up from Fulham,
Allardyce.
wasn't
Yeah.
Yeah. The Bibba Diop.
he? Yeah, Booper Diop. I liked him.
Is that double-barreled?
Well, Booper Diop. I don't know.
Does he need the hyphen?
Well, weren't Booper Diop? I thought Booper Diop was his surname, like double-barreled surname.
Anyway, if you think of any double-barrel names, West Ham players that we haven't mentioned,
Let us
except
know.
those right in.
Right in and tell us.
Steve
Tom
Diaz? It's not deaf. It's Diaz.
Diaf. Well, yeah, because there's the little accent.
Asterisk, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Not asterisk. Apostrophe.
Yeah. What did I call it? Accent. It ain't an accent.
Yeah.
Accent's
No.
above the letter, isn't it?
That's right.
Tom Devlin, the devil
Hello,
himself. Evening, chaps, says, do you think after Cup success and the club being on a high would have made the perfect time to change the manager?
Yes.
Yes.
I know it seemed crazy to the outside world replacing the manager that just led us to our first trophy in so long. But he then says our league form for 18 months can't be disguised and was papered over by the Cup success.
Yes.
The way he changed our tactics instantly after going ahead this weekend, Fat Sam-esque,
Yeah.
quite clearly shows he's holding us back
Yep.
and cost us the win.
Yep.
I can't accept that we should appreciate the away point. You should always appreciate an away point.
Don't why.
He said when all three were up for going, because it's still an appreciation. If we'd have been attack-minded more, we could still have lost.
We could still have drawn.
Yeah,
We fucking
we did
respected
draw.
the point then.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
you
what
might
I'm
as well
saying.
fucking go for it and get a draw.
Yeah, but you
Sit
might have
back
lost.
and fucking... Oh, you fucking bellend. You just contradicted yourself.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. It's taken us an hour and a bit, and
Ching.
Len has lost it.
There we
No,
go.
why? Because Tom's making a great point. Please carry on with Tom's
He
brilliant
said,
point.
I was pleasantly surprised with how we performed
Me
and
too.
was happy to see Souček have a good game.
And me.
This is, he says maybe
Were you
Rice
really?
going will free him up to get back to the form
Yeah.
2 seasons ago. A la
Maybe you're right.
my theory, Tom.
There's no theory, though. You can't... You
What
haven't
is my
got science
theory?
to...
Yeah, you.
Well, tell us the
bellend.
fucking theorem, then, if it's a fucking theory.
Well, the theory
Tell us the
is
theory.
Rice nullified Souček's forward thinking.
That's not the fucking theory. That's just an opinion. I want to know
Alright.
why.
Why? Because Moyes wanted to pound at the Rice so he didn't throw his toys out the pram and leave. And that's why. I don't know why.
I do remember Souček getting up a few times and being really fucking bad, actually. suppose when you take that out of his game, there's not much to see, is there?
No, not really. But that's the thing. You don't really. He's not a ball-playing midfielder. He's not a cultured midfield player.
No.
And I get it in a way. You know, YouTubers and others go. He's not really someone that we pay our money to watch, is it?
No.
We would pay our money to watch Paquetá.
We pay our money to watch someone else.
Well, I pay our money to watch whoever they put out, frankly. That's the way I see it. And
we ain't got
then
much
again,
choice.
people, that's why I give them the least amount possible, because that's all they give me back.
And that's what you've done, Len, and that's what John's done.
Yeah, there you go. I'll give it a couple of years, Sean. You'll be up there, don't worry.
No, I won't. You'll come down again.
I ain't coming down.
You're going to come and see your mate, you know, in my seat on... I've just sent him his tickets today.
Oh, with you?
Yeah.
The money you paid for him.
What?
Dear.
Face value, mate. That's face value.
I know. I just find it funny
face
that
value.
He spends. He goes to half the games that I go to and spends double the money.
Well, funny you should say, because the reason he wasn't going to go, he was offered
Yeah,
tier
I know.
1 seats.
I know.
And it was going to cost him over £1.
Yeah. For one game.
So I charged him face value of what and by the way, face value of what I paid for my ticket divided by 19. I'm not doing. I would have got more if I'd sold them on.
No, you're all art, Sean.
On ticket exchange, because it's a category A game, and I would have sold it more, and I got more money in my account. But
money you're making out of Twitter, you could let him have.
That's what I was thinking.
I did a favour to Paul.
Yeah. Ask Paul Nolan how much he paid for sitting with me twice last season.
Nothing. I know you probably don't charge anything.
See. Father Chris Kinch.
Oh, Colonel.
Yeah. Stand to attention. Right, by your beds. Evening all, he's got another one. Any possibility of us signing a striker? But he thanks us for the podcast.
Chris.
Short, sweet. I like it, Chris. No.
Lovely.
That's the answer.
No one.
Next up, Sean, mate of yours.
Ooh, which one?
Flow Rider.
Oh, hey!
Here we go. Flow Rider Hammer. Greetings, gentlemen. First of all, kudos. I don't know if he's dropping hints. On coming back for another season and providing us supporters with an amazing pod. He's a bit of an arse licker, isn't he, old Flow Rider, anyway. It is clearly a godsend for the overseas supporters that crave anything and everything West Ham United. But your expat coming from Barking, Flo, he's got a question.
Right.
Do you believe West Ham's reputation for the poor pursuit and retention of strikers under the current regime has irreparably harmed the club's reputation, not just in Europe, but worldwide, as such as making our pursuit of new strikers virtually impossible?
Yeah. And if you talk about that regime, which is 13 years old now, there's probably no player playing who has seen us, no striker playing, has seen us do well with a striker or play tricks in football. You know, this is going to have a lasting legacy. I mean, we can't keep this tradition about a team that wants to play good football forever, because for almost as long, we've been a team that plays awful football. When are people going to say that about us? When does that stick? Yeah. When do we lose the mantle about, liking good football? Worth thinking about. Balled out.
Could you accept playing like an entertaining brand of football, but being in the Championship?
Yeah. I could do that. Yeah,
I could possibly also accept boring football if we kept winning, but it doesn't work.
No. I mean, I could accept like doing a Leeds. It wouldn't bother me whatsoever.
No, me neither.
Interesting. A friend of mine's to Southampton and at work, and they won narrowly, but then they drew 4-4 in the week, and he said, goals are fun, right? James Ward-Prowse is dead to him, but he's pragmatic and says, we're going to win some games, a bit like we said before. We're going to win some games playing in the Championship, It is good to win every week. I mean, financially it's atrocious, but You know, I had some fun in the Championship. I really
Yeah.
have. You know.
Yeah.
Do you not agree?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I just do you know it's the thing. I've not really covered it, but I'm getting further detached from the fan base. And I don't know if I've stopped really paying attention a lot to social media now. I don't post on Twitter half as much, don't read it up as
Yeah.
much on Facebook or whatever. Because frankly, the way the fan base has gone, and even to the point those that go to the games, like the away game fans, that when they post, well, see a few faces that definitely didn't have any points at the weekend, like it's some like thing, and I'm thinking, well, who the fuck are you? You know, how far back do we want to go then? Because am I entitled to say to someone that weren't born, didn't see you in Sunderland in 1988 when we were winning, on a Tuesday night, or didn't see you in Newcastle in 1987? You know, how far do you want to go? You know, I was
Yeah.
talking with an old-time West Ham fan the other day, and I've been to West Ham games where there was probably 500 West Ham fans there. So this modern thing of, I honestly do believe that a lot of it with some of them is it's almost become like a working class form of Henley, you know, where the toffs go to be seen, not because they like the rowing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, let's go to Cows Week. It's a must-do event on the social calendar. Do you like sailing? No. It's like all them that go skiing but don't fucking ski. They go to the clubbing and everything else.
Yeah, pray ski.
Yeah. So, and that's what going in some sections. That's what going to an away game with West Ham. It's become
Yeah.
about being seen there, not actually just going there to watch a game of football.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to gigs anymore.
Yeah.
We're not. It's the phone thing.
Yeah. Put your
It's
phones down.
People always say to me, assume that I went to see Maiden this year, but I won't. I didn't want to go because the last few times I've gone, it's people like ticking their bucket list.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know, I've got to see Maiden, and it's not the same kind of. We used to have a rattle singing along, and it's just not the same anymore. Maiden's still.
I've gone to concerts. I mean, I've taken short videos. How people stand there and film a whole song, I don't know. I might hold my phone up just to get a glimpse, and whatever of the crowd, and like for about a minute, and that's your lot. Because I want to enjoy the
Don't
music.
even
I
do
just
that,
want to
yeah.
enjoy the being here. It's yeah. I don't know. I'm just old and all.
Yeah, we like it. Yeah.
Brady out.
Brady out.
Now, Roy Lovelock, first time post.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go
He's got
for.
a Delta Chi tie name.
Yeah, I'm going for Roy Love the Locksmith.
It's a tough innit, Lovelock.
Well,
Linda Lovelace, I'm thinking.
yeah, but I've just thought Locksmith. It's like apt in a way.
Rat Roy the boy. Shit.
Nah, everyone's Roy.
Alright,
boy,
you
innit?
can have your bit of love then, go on.
Thank you. Roy Love the Locksmith. So Roy the Locksmith says, first time post. He's a long time listener. Be nice. I hope you like it, Roy.
Well, you got your first
There
name,
you
that's
go.
not too bad.
Yeah. Has anyone had any good questions? Sean, get on the case, yeah?
Go on.
You ready? You listening? Because this is for you. Has anyone had any word from the club regarding smart card tickets? Do you know if we need to reapply or are last year's tickets still being reused? Awesome podcast. Come on, you Irons.
When you say smart card, you mean the
Chip
plastic cards?
Yeah.
If you'd asked me before this, I'd have asked
Right. Can you find
Nick.
out?
Yeah, I asked Nick.
So send an email and ask.
I will
Yeah.
send it now.
There may be a few other people that would like to know the answer.
Who? Like who?
Me.
Oh, right, yeah. Fine. Right, let me
Yeah.
email the head of ticketing.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Roy. Hopefully, I'll get you an answer, and I'll put it on here so you get to see it. Next up, Duncan Boys. He's just an M away from being Moyes.
Yeah.
He said, was Christian Daly really the love of our lives? And do
No,
we
it
still
weren't
want
mine.
curly hair?
No, it weren't mine at all. Wasn't a fan, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well, the way my Barnet's going, I just like hair. I don't know. Was Christian
United
Daly the
just
love of
got-
your life, Sean?
No,
No.
I'd let him shag my wife.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well,
Not you,
yeah, but
the one you're with.
what
now.
one?
No,
The one
no.
you divorced?
Yeah,
Right.
that one.
Oh, right, yeah. The real wife. Anyway, Jason, back to the 70s house. He's popped up. Evening, gents. He's got a question that we have already answered, though, Jace. Would you take Lingard on a pay-as-you-play deal?
I was thinking, Edo. Do you remember when we paid him
£1,000 a week.
£1,000 a week.
£1,000 a week?
We were still ripped off.
Yeah, I know.
And didn't he have a goal bonus?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I know.
And he missed that penalty.
Yeah.
Anyway, him and John Radford, they go down as like classics. Next up, Hobayos. It's the Maid Marian of Williams, the Welsh wizard of Herefordshire. Old Happy Chops himself. He says, "Oh, boyos, I've not been following the football over the summer. I have a few questions, boyos, to help me catch up." Question 1. Is the Rice saga over? Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, is it over? Yeah, he's gone to Arsenal.
Yeah.
2. Is Dodsey still your roving reporter?
Yes.
Yes, he is. Despite a few transfer requests, I think we've kept him for another year.
We
Who
put
the
up,
fuck wanted Dodsey?
The people,
we put up his away day ramble.
Yep.
On 6'2" yesterday.
Yeah, well done. Is the stooge still eating his way around Europe?
I will be. I haven't had a holiday for a whole 4 weeks, so I didn't go away for the whole of July. I don't think. Did I? Well, not abroad anyway. But I am going to Spain next week, and I will be eating my way through Spain and the Costa del Sol.
The
Nice bit of
international break,
octopus.
I'll be in Japan.
Oh yes, you will. Excellent.
Yes.
Nice.
Uh,
Episode 3's up, by the way. 279 days to go. It's called. It's
There you
up
go.
now.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Question 4. Is Nigel still arguing the actual date the club was founded? I don't argue it. I know it.
The club. Here we go. The club. Which club?
Yeah. Well, West Ham United.
The
Oh,
football
That's
yeah.
the
club.
team I support.
You don't support Thames Ironworks.
Well, they were dissolved in June 1900.
How
Sean.
about Swift Castles or whatever they're called?
Well, they stopped in 1895.
Oh yeah, so a little bit ageist, are we?
Well, Why do we not recognise the role then of the Castle Swifts
Yeah.
or
I
Old
don't.
St Luke's
Yeah, Old St
and
Luke's.
Old St
good
Luke's
point.
Swifts that merged with?
We should put all of
Castle.
these in our name and our badge. And
So,
we should have this massive
yeah.
badge that includes all of it.
So should we not have a Swift flying over a castle?
Yeah, agreed. That's. I'm going to start a committee and a group to campaign for that.
So Old Castle Swifts was part of the Castle Line shipping.
Do you know what? You're the first person to tell me that.
There you go. And
I
they
didn't
were
know
owned
that.
by a man, I think, called Curry, who donated a trophy
He
to
went on to sell
South Africa.
TVs, didn't he?
No,
Oh.
he donated a trophy to South Africa sport that's still played today. It's called the Curry Cup, and it's their rugby union trophy. There you go.
There you go.
Tenuous link to West Ham people. But they used to play at Hermit Road, if people were wondering, before.
Oh, is that in
Thames
your
Ironworks moved in.
YouTube? I haven't watched your YouTube yet, but obviously I've been on I did my own video, which I gave you never used, but you did this
Well, I
other
might
video.
get to it because I've actually kept it. But
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and actually, Sean, tell a lie. If you watch it, you may spot one little clip of yours.
Oh,
on
really?
it.
Excellent. I will watch it now.
So just to use like 10 seconds of your clip.
Which bit? Which bit was
your
it?
when we was in the Memorial Gardens, because your 10 seconds was better than anything we had done.
All
So I
right.
thought,
Okay. Fair
actually,
enough.
we were talking about it.
Do I
So
get credit at the end?
No,
No.
fuck it. Anyway, 5, is Len still angry?
Always.
course.
Yeah, there you go. 6, will there be a fight this year between the Stooge and the Mountain Tool, and who's got the biggest ego?
Oh.
Ooh, no, he's
There
one
you
of
go.
my minions.
There you go. And finally, back to the rice saga. Do you eat yours hot or cold?
Hot.
The rice
Who
is.
would, who would eat
If it-
cold rice unless
Yeah,
it's
it's
rice
all right.
pudding?
The next day,
Rice pudding?
I like a bit of ambrosia, cold from
Yeah,
the can.
I don't mind ambrosia.
Yeah. Do you have a bit of jam in the middle?
Yeah, that's quite nice. A little
Yeah.
bit of jam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, rice is not dead to me. I'm gonna send you where I am now.
All right.
I might put it on Facebook as well, but I am sending a picture.
Oh no.
Why? What do you reckon I'm going to show?
I don't know. It's obviously something going to get on my nerves because he was dead to me while he was fucking here. So I'm not really going
There
to
you go.
enjoy this picture.
Have a look at that.
I can't.
Where is it? What am I
I
looking?
can't
On
look at it
WhatsApp.
because I might lose where
Oh,
I am
right, yeah.
on Facebook.
Oh,
All right.
You look
Let's have a
Lou.
look.
you tell me what it is.
Martin Rose
Cool.
Sports says, evening all. What's the position with coaching staff? 2 have left.
We talked about this on the last
did.
podcast. Chap from Henry Newman and some Spanish chap who we don't know the name of.
Yeah.
So
who coached at a club that the Zulus chanted when they attacked the Welsh.
Yeah. Get taffy.
Get taffy. Ding-a-ling.
Hello, Stuart.
He wants to know, anyone else buzzing for the first home game yet? No?
You
I'll get
buzzing,
you covered.
Nigel?
I'm not. Yeah, that was you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
The moment it said buzzing,
Buzzing. How does a footballer get to use the word
buzzing.
buzzing now? I'm buzzing.
They're fucking idiots. Told you.
My God. Can you imagine Billy Bonds ever going, oh, I'm buzzing?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Bzz, bzz.
Yeah.
So did you see the picture now?
Yeah, brilliant.
You see, funny enough, when it's your painting, it's all right.
Yeah.
I've still got the big picture.
It's
Just
not
to
him though,
explain
is
to our
it?
listeners of Declan Rice kissing the trophy. It dominates the study I'm in now. And it just brings so much colour.
You having a bank holiday sale, Lynn?
When's bank holiday?
Next Monday. Not the coming Monday. Well, not the 2 weeks today, basically.
No.
Oh, right.
I don't think so.
I bet since he's gone, that print has not sold one.
Don't feel the
Hey,
need
sold
to have a
one.
bank holiday sale.
I sold one.
Oh,
That's what they all the top things do, innit? They have a bank holiday sale.
I'm a thing, am I?
Well, you know, like that's what like all these shops and big brands have, innit? Don't forget, get your bank holiday sale. You know, you want to buy a sofa, get your bank holiday sale. You want a new kitchen, get down to B&Q.
he's not
Bank holiday
MFI, you
sale.
know.
No, I'm not.
You want to buy
He's not-
some prints?
He's not Wilco.
There's a
He's
bank
not got
holiday
in-
sale.
He's not in administration or anything.
Well, I was just wondering. Just
He's a
curious.
just-in-time model, you know.
Yeah.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
Where the mistake you make, Nigel,
Hmm.
is the old-fashioned thing of where you've got excess stock which you need to sell off to bring new stock in.
Yeah.
In Len's model, it's all supply and demand, so
That's right.
he can print it off from the printer and
Yeah.
deliver it
I don't like that idea, though.
from B to
Nah.
C,
In
B
other
to
words,
C,
you're not getting your discount.
without having a warehouse. It's true though,
Yeah.
Len, isn't it? You don't
Yeah.
keep any stock. You,
That's right.
You don't have any
Stock
lying
is.
around then that you want to get rid of.
No,
Nah,
that's not his
hell.
model. That's not his
Oh
model. It's a
my
wise
God.
model.
nothing lies around anymore, mate.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
a good idea. No sales if nothing.
Do you know what? That bowling painting, I've hung it in the house,
I should hope so.
not in the shed. I wanted it in the house. And the missus went, yeah, okay, she relented.
Wow.
Said, yeah.
There you go.
Because while it's football related, it's a it's where we both grew up. So even though neither of us were alive to see it, but it's like a link. And she's allowed me a little wall in the hallway, so I've got pictures of the kids in their West Ham kits.
Yeah.
So and we've got that painting up as well.
Delightful.
There you go.
Nigel,
Yes.
have you finished the kitchen?
No, but the hallway got done.
Oh.
Listen, I've been painting the whole ground floor of the house, obviously, because people were going to walk through for at least 30 seconds to get from the front door to the garden where the party was.
Yeah, but you didn't finish the kitchen.
No, none of the kitchen's being upgraded, so
Oh.
I'm working my way. I'm finishing off the hallway, so the living room's been done, the hallway's been done. Then I just got I will crack on with the kitchen. That's next. I've got 2 more doors to paint. But when I say paint, I'll do it properly. I sand all the doors down. So Sunday, I did 2 doors. I had to sand them down, undercoat them, wait for the undercoat to dry, then do the top coat. And I worked out a way to do it is to take the doors off, take them into the garden because it was going to be nice, and do all the work in the garden so they dry quicker. And it worked. I was done by 3 o'clock after starting at 9.
Good. Well, I'm having a walk-in wardrobe done.
Yeah. There you
You
go.
can
well
walk
done.
in, but you never fucking get out.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not DIY.
Can I just point out, listeners? I know we're back, but there's been a distinct lack of Brady out.
Yeah.
So
Because she hasn't done anything wrong lately.
can we make sure, people, when you're back next week, remember?
But where is this campaign going? Because Brady's not
What?
going anywhere, and she doesn't
They're all
really
going.
get. What
They're
is
all
your
going, Sean.
what is your problem with Brady?
The doctors ain't getting 35%, Sean, but it don't stop them going on strike, does it?
Can you think you're what is this Brady out? Why not? I don't know, Moyes out, Sullivan out.
They're out as well. All of them.
Tara Warren out.
Definitely, yeah.
What have you got against Brady?
Try someone else. I don't like them. They run my football club bad.
Brady's the top
I
of the
want them
tree.
gone.
No, she's not
Yeah.
top of the tree.
Cut the head and the body will wither.
She is.
It's not
You
easy.
know that.
She's the business administrator.
And the problem is actually that I really have is the way the business is run.
Yeah.
She is not. She don't. Sullivan don't actually. Parts of it I can forgive. I can forgive him for buying shit players. Not forgive him, like whatever. I don't forgive them when they screw the fans over constantly. When they put up the price. When they claim, oh well, Arsenal do it. Oh, Arsenal charge this. Well, Arsenal haven't put their season tickets up for the over 65s, have they? No, but West Ham moved it to 66.
I see the FSA talked about that, obviously.
Yeah. So hold on a minute. So what the business does is they point out, oh, we're only doing what other clubs do, but then they lead the way, and only Aston Villa have done it as well, in raising the age of when you get your pensioners ticket.
Yes.
Yes, we know that Nicola Key is an Aston Villa season ticket holder.
She hasn't replied to me.
Even though she looks it, she ain't 65 yet. So it don't really affect her, does it?
Nah.
Yeah, she's not replied yet.
No. Anyway, don't get me started. Brady out.
Brady out.
Thank you. But next up, we go from the evil witch to a goddess. A Greek goddess, no less. It's Belinda Kakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakakak are you? New season, evening.
You know what he's put
peeps.
on Twitter? An ITK is basically a puppet who only peddles what they're told.
Oh, well.
And
Well, he's
Richard
got that
Dodds
right.
laughed at that. I'm gonna. He's.
I don't know
He's
why
right,
Doddsy
isn't he?
laughed at it. He said it in a group chat with Doddsy's in. So
Oh, there you go.
there you go. Have a word.
I'm gonna block John Osborne.
No, don't be an
I'm-
old
So
star.
look,
I'm
you can
not
block
really.
John, but you're not Brady out. Like
Yeah.
John's upset you more than fucking
No,
Karen
I'm only
Brady has.
joking. I'm thick-skinned. You know that.
Yeah, I do know that. Go on.
Evening peeps, she said. Well, we didn't lose our first game, So broke that pattern. Good, I like your thinking, Bill. So we got one more point after game 1 than we did last season. Though on a like-for-like basis, we're 2 points dropped and about 4 goals in the goal difference. But anyway, when will Moyes play our new signings? When will they be Premiership ready? Do we know?
Man City game.
Okay.
No, I'm hoping James
He'll
Ward-Prowse
play
goes straight in.
Ward-Prowse. Of course he will.
Are there any more to come?
2.
2. There you go.
Centre
That'll
back
be more than
forward.
2, probably.
No, 2. Unless more people
There
go.
you go. How many games has Moyes got before he's gone?
Oh, that's
It's
one.
not-
I know this one.
It's not
I know
games.
this one.
It's not games.
6.
It's not games.
All right, I can
It's
tell.
days.
All right, but we can say this, right? So we
Go on
can
then.
say there's 37 league games, right?
Left. Yeah.
And then we can add what round are we going out in the FA Cup?
3rd round.
So what's that? That's 1.
One game.
So that's 38. League
Quite a
Cup.
nice 40.
How many games on the
Oh
League
no,
Cup?
we got the.
We'll go to
Say
3rd round of the League
50.
Cup as well.
Right, so that's 1 as well, yeah? Or do we start in the second round in that?
No, we start 3rd round 'cause we're in Europe.
Okay, so that's that. We're up to 39 now,
Yeah.
and now we're guaranteed Europa group
6.
stage, which is 6. So that takes us to 45.
There you go.
45.
That's
Oh, you reckon we're going out after the group stage?
Yeah, done.
Oh, but we could drop down then if we finish third.
Say
To
50.
the 50.
Say
50.
50.
Let's say 50.
I can't do 50 games.
Yeah, 50 games.
I can't
There
do
you go.
50 more.
Oh, yeah, it'll soon be over. Don't worry.
Well, I only wish me life away. Things are bad enough.
279 days, if you want to look at it that way.
Right, okay. There you go, 279 days. And 4, she says, don't you hate transfer season?
Just a little correction. Not publishing this to tomorrow, so it's 278 days when you listen to this. But if you listen to it later, just subtract the days from the day it was published. Sorry, boring fact.
You have to- and Bell finished off, don't you hate the transfer season? Hysterical
Oh,
Twitter
yeah.
fans.
I love it. I love it.
ITKs.
Oh, those
And then
jokers.
she finished off, what should I say? Shit stirrers feeding hysterics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
but that's
Now
hilarious.
On a
due
mission
to
from-
tea.
Sullivan.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
I'm a
Anyway.
what? I'm a what?
On a mission from Sullivan.
No. Who's
You
Sullivan?
are.
Who's Sullivan?
You are.
Never heard of
Senior
him.
source.
Never heard of the guy. Don't reveal my senior source.
We know it is.
Who is
Everyone
it?
knows who it is. Sullivan.
Is it?
Well, it
Yeah.
ain't gold, is it? Unless you're having a seance. We're getting Doris out.
How do you know it's
Together.
not Vanessa Gold?
Is anybody there?
Oh, don't be
Is
daft.
anybody there?
Don't even know anything about
The
football.
picture of Tim Steiden's now up to 61,000. That's just bizarre. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, kitching. Anyway, she loves the show and gives me and Lynn 2 kisses each.
Thank you.
Cheers, Bill.
Tell you what, Walter played really well tonight. They're losing.
Everybody's gone how good Wolves away. I'm telling you, I would love Gary O'Neill at West Ham.
Me too.
I thought he'd done
What
really
happened?
well. Yeah.
Never
Well,
know.
even
I
that.
Oh, there's an invader. There's a pitch invader.
Oh, is it? It ain't.
Is
ain't
he naked?
Maguire.
Is
No.
it? Don't get many streakers nowadays,
Oh.
do you?
It's not Just Stop Oil, is it?
There's no orange.
Oh, right. It's not a West Ham fan like Just Stop Maguire.
He was going towards Maguire, funny enough.
God. Perhaps it's a Man U fan offering to take him to West Ham.
Yeah, maybe.
Taxi with Maguire. I
Who
dunno.
was was it Erica Rowe?
Yes. that
Yeah,
was
well
the
done.
rugby
That
one.
was the rugby.
Oh, it was rugby,
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
right,
liked to
okay.
drink.
Yeah, I remember Erica Rowe, but I didn't remember it was rugby. I thought it was football. There you go. When was that? That must be the 80s.
81, I think.
Was it? Wow. How long ago is that? Erica Rowe. She was a handful.
Yeah.
No.
1980, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. 40. 44 years ago.
Well, you mathematician, Sean.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's
I
only
know.
been 43 years since
Hang
we
on.
won a trophy, which happened to be in, 1980. Anyway.
Oh, 1982 it was, actually. I've just looked
was
it
it
up.
82?
January 1982.
I can
Twickers.
tell it was a cold month.
A rugby match between
Yeah.
England and Australia at
Australia,
Twickenham.
yeah. There you go. I knew it was Twickenham. Yeah. Copper didn't know where to put his hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. The copper didn't know where to put his helmet, I think was the joke.
Yeah.
But anyway. Evening, gents, says Spandau Ballet's roadie Matty Kemp. Is Moyes for real when he says it's unlikely we will sign a striker? I think he is, Matt, to be fair. He suggested Bowen will fulfil that role, but there's a big risk Antonio will leave in this window. Skamaka's gone, leaving Ings and Muamba. Well, beggars can't be choosers. He says, I've not thought about this. He appreciates Cornet can play out front.
Fucking hell. If
Blimey.
you can fucking stay on side.
Yeah. Yeah, he's injury prone. He's like Mike Small reincarnated. I mean, Mike Small was so bad. My favourite story of him is he went to a reserve game. He weren't playing. He sat down in the stand and a bloke literally shouted out, "You can't sit there, Mike, you're offside."
Yeah, I remember you telling me that one.
And Mike Small just got up. Everybody was laughing and got up and walked back out the stairs.
Nigel, I hate to say
Anyway.
this, you've got to that age where you're like David Gold, you tell the same story
Well, it's a funny story.
over and over again.
It's a funny story.
I got back and my best friend was in the swimming pool.
No, it was his dad was in the
was-
swimming pool.
No, he was his best
Wasn't he?
friend, wasn't he?
Oh, was he?
In the swimming pool with his wife. His dad had nicked his shares on the same day. Come
Oh,
on, you
yes.
must have heard it 100 times.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't believe you can't remember that.
Oh. Michael Clifford, check out his book coming out soon. It's going to be a great one, and we'll talk to him about it soon. He says, "How you doing, Tanners and Tanners? Happy yous are back. Home and away kit shirts. What do we think of the designs? When is the new
I don't
Ocean
mind.
Blue
Ooh.
third shirt being
Ooh.
released? And why is it
Ooh.
called Ocean Blue when it's green?"
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Right.
out soon. It's
Home kit, Sean. Marks out of 10.
I don't know. I'm not as I like last year's and this year's with the bubbles. It
Last
hasn't.
year's was worse.
No, I quite liked it actually. It grew on me. I'm not got used to this one,
Like
so
mould?
I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 for the home kit.
All right, okay.
What
Do you
Would you do?
Me, I'd give the home kit blue sleeves, claret body.
No. What are you giving it out of 10? You
Yeah,
can't
so
do it.
there you go. It gets 7 out of 10. It's
Yeah,
a
what about the
I
shorts?
don't
I ain't
like
happy
the
with that.
shorts. But I've twigged it out. I've got a theory that if you buy the home shirt but you wear shorts and socks,
Right, I got you.
yeah.
You got on.
You're a full kit wanker.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I've gone traditional though.
All right. How about the away shirt?
The badge
I
is.
like
I
it.
struggle with the
No,
badge.
just give me a number out of 10.
6.
See, I'm gonna go.
8 for me.
Yeah,
8 or 9.
I like it. 8 for me.
Especially without the sponsor on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree, Lynn. I love.
You
that
might
one.
actually. That's like. Yeah, I might give it. Do you know what? If I could get light blue shorts to go with the white shirt, then I'd be like.
Well, you might like the sea blue.
Well, it does say. He said, "When is the new ocean blue?"
Ocean blue.
Shirt.
That's right.
It's soon because I was
'Cause they
talking
want
to
money
someone
out, yeah.
earlier who'd seen a picture of it, and
Of course, the
I would
Tanners
say it would
Ocean
be
Blue was
2
the chip
weeks
shop.
when you got money in your pocket.
oh
That-
yeah, you got
that-
the
that
inside
time-
information like
that
last
time where you want me to make a sale, Nigel, when everyone's got fucking money,
Oh,
Mr. Marketing.
Did you you got any inside information about the third kit launch, Len, at all, like you did last time?
No, I ain't actually.
Okay.
It's obviously got nothing to do with painting this time.
Yeah, obviously not. It's probably got to do with golf or something now. James Wall-Prowse has joined.
yeah. All right. Is James Ward-Prowse a golfer or something? Because they did a video of him as a 7.
Well,
They
you know
called him
why,
the new
though, don't you?
7-iron.
Yeah,
No,
but
I don't.
why?
I don't know
Because
why.
that's his trademark. He does a golf shot when he scores.
Oh, does he? Oh,
Yeah,
right,
that's
there
his
you go.
trademark goal celebration.
Talking of golfers, next up we go, all right, my handsomes, how yous doing? He old B Darcy, old Wurzel Gummidge, he's back and he's come out of his field where he's been standing and he's gone, and it's a new Dodsey. Brief
A
and to
new
the point,
Dodsey.
he says. No, you'll like this, Len. This is brief and to the point, as I feel I am bullied.
Ah.
My
We
God.
was lucky to stay in the
Man up. Yeah, he's had a few yellers.
Yeah.
Did he
I
have a
would've-
prostitute in Bournemouth, or didn't
Oh,
he say?
no.
No, he didn't.
No.
So you asked him.
No, I didn't ask him. But anyway, he's had it. Or I'd have sent. I did send him off, but obviously I don't have the power. I'd have kicked him out anyway. But there you go.
What's this? Kicked him out of what? 6'2".
No, another chat.
What
Anyway,
chat?
oh, I don't know. I mean, so bloody many with him.
Oh,
I
you're
don't know
talking
what one
about
it
what's
was.
that thing?
Yeah.
Right,
what's
I'm
that
sorry.
It says, although I'm happy to sign Harry Maguire, what does it say that he's on the bench tonight to us West Ham fans? And I'd like to congratulate Dodsey. He actually spelt West Ham as 2 words as well.
Well done, Doddsy.
So he's learning.
He obviously typed it and didn't fucking.
It means
There you go,
nothing,
yeah.
does it? I mean, being on the bench and not being used means absolutely nothing.
No. He did finish, though, with Brady out.
Brady out.
There you go.
Out.
You Brady action.
Michael
No,
Levy Jr.
I'm not.
Hello, Michael. Oh, you'd be
Short,
Brady
sweet.
out.
To the point. Lingard on a free, yay or nay?
No, Brady
We've done
out.
this. No, he's not. No.
Lingard
I
on a
think,
free depends on his wages.
Oh, just
Well, it
yay
depends
or
if you
nay,
can
Sean.
fucking play.
Yeah.
Pays your play.
Yay for me, Mike.
Yay
Nay
is
for
long.
me.
Yay
I
is.
got very, very. I don't like bellends. I'm not very tolerable with him, and he's a fucking bellend.
Who,
Is
Michael?
he?
No.
He's a soul singer of Tenerife.
You know what I mean, Lingard.
Oh,
Oh,
Lingard.
Lingard.
Oh, right. Actually, having seen the safes they've got in the changing rooms that was on the Ironcast podcast, I noticed the other day, and no wonder he had his watch, Nick. Blimey,
You know the
Bloody
story they
awesome.
take when they take you around there.
Yeah, what's that?
It was found again, and they'd
Oh,
never
was it?
published it. So the Sun ran the story. It was nicked,
Oh, right.
and mysteriously it turned up.
It turned up. All
There,
right.
there were accusations of a certain. No, I'm not going to say.
play with
Is this
Anyway.
bloke owe me money?
Huh?
Does the bloke who nicked it owe me money? No longer plays for us.
No, that would be awful.
That'd be
It would
terrible.
be fucking awful. I know. Tell me about it.
Let's just say the watch was found in interesting circumstances, so it's just turned up where it shouldn't have been. So it obviously was nicked by someone, you know.
All right. Let's
Anyway,
crack on.
yeah, let's
'cause,
crack
right,
on.
Next up is me old pen pal. It's Dave's son, Ted Sexton. How you doing, Ted? Hope you're well, mate. Happy season to one and all, hopefully. With Moyes on a year's contracts and supposedly with him awarding 4-year contracts out, what is the incentive for the incoming manager having to cope with Moyes' choice? Does Tim have forward-thinking strategy to overcome this? I mean, it has a bit, and that is the thing, isn't it?
Right.
You sign these players, you give them like 3-4 year contracts.
Yeah.
When we're counting down.
Yeah.
Oh, breaking news.
Go on.
Go on then.
Live on air from Nicola Key.
Mhm.
Plastic cards. Evening, Sean. Hope you are well. Yes, they will be reactivated unless they've moved or changed price class. Regards, Nick. There you go.
Right, there you go.
There you go. This
Look
is the
forward to,
podcast that answers the questions that other podcasts can't answer.
There you go, people. Your cards are good. So we'll have to go back and tell whoever it was. that asked
I
Unless,
it. I
imagine
think it was the locksmith, wasn't it? That asked that, was it?
I think it might have been.
Oh, was it Moyes Boys? I can't remember now.
No.
so yours will be all right. Nigel. If you could
Yeah, I'm
just
not with
try and
names.
remember it, mate.
Yeah, no, I remember it. Yeah, it was the locksmith.
What was it?
Yeah.
My mistake.
I'll go back and tell him, and I'll give him the good news and say you'll have to listen to the podcast to get the answer. Someone told me well. Grand Cosmo, your boy Sister Hammer, another character.
Hello,
Good evening,
Grant.
all. He said, good to have you guys back. He says, oh, Len keeps his blood pressure down tonight. You've been a bit relaxed, haven't you?
Yeah.
He
Plant-based diet,
says,
that is.
what activity are you really good at for 60 to 65 minutes, but useless at for 20 to 30 minutes after? Brady out, Sullivan out.
Brady,
Clickbait out.
everyone out.
Clickbait out. I like that one. Clickbait
That's a
out.
good question, that.
Yeah, what are you really good at for 60 to 65 minutes, but useless at for 20 to 30 minutes after? Tennis.
Golf. Actually.
Golf. Well, yeah, actually, yeah. I'm useless for the first 20 to 30 minutes, and then I'll pick up. Actually, I'm useless for the first 2 hours, and then like the back 9, sometimes I'm coming back 10 shots better.
Yeah, well, you must
When's
be
it
at
like,
that
do
level.
you play very often?
Twice a year.
Yeah.
I'd
I've
like to play
just
more.
got Finley into first time. Took him down a range.
I'm looking to have a golf day
Has
in
he
October.
got any golf clubs? So
Yeah, I
I've got a
gave him.
spare set.
I've got 3 spare sets here, and I gave him a set of golf clubs. And he's good at sport, right? He gets on the range, and he knocks a ball 220 yards straight as a die, and then knocks the next one straight as a die. He's got this annoying little eye
Dad?
to hit a ball.
Oh.
Huh? He's got. Well, I can't do that.
Oh, no, yeah.
So I think he's going to be a good golfer, actually. If only someone could teach him golf.
Next up, hey, Sean. Hey, up, gent. Someone asked me. I did see a funny thing. I've forgotten what it was. I thought, it was someone on Twitter. He asked them a question, and someone went to them. It was Frixlander, the clothing people, and he asked them a question, and they actually called him Sean, which I thought was quite funny. Because obviously it's not his real name, is it? It's his Sean.
Harvey.
Yeah.
Or Nick.
As we like to call him.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what Sean calls him. Another season of Moyes ball. I can't wait. Must be the first name, Nick. Half decent performance versus Bournemouth, but definitely 2 drops. He said, as much as I love Paqueta, you can't turn down 90 million for him. Well, they got to offer it first. To think we could have sales approaching $250 million in this window is ridiculous. The annoyance, of course, is lost opportunity because we let Moyes spend it. Will Moyes ever sign another striker? Well, of course. No. Brady out, Sullivan out, Moyes
Brady out. Did you foresee? Did it feel like last year when we was losing all them games, all 20 Premier League games? Did you think, wow, we've got a multi-100 million pound midfield? Did it?
No, it didn't. It didn't.
Sure, there must have been a better way of phrasing that.
No, I get what you're saying, like Lucas and Paqueta.
Yeah. There's 200 million there between them.
Yeah.
Well, there's value the others.
I mean, if Lanzini had a longer contract, mate, there's 20 million of anyone's money all day long. 15 million. So
interesting.
£250 million
Company's House
midfield.
just flashed up.
Yeah.
West Ham have just paid their loan back to Michael Dell's company, MSD Holdings.
All right. Funny time to do it, isn't it? Well, it's because they're not spending the transfer money, Sean.
Well, I think that's the implication. But
would that not be a good move to actually pay it off and actually stop doing it, so we get to keep all our money instead of keep paying 5-6 million a year in interest?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Yeah, I'm just having a look how much we borrowed. But
anyway, next up, well, while you're doing that, you can have line, Steve, because it's you, cheeky. It's cheeky lines. I'll let it go. I'm not saying he's wrote a lot, but blimey, Sean does shorter articles than what you've put, Steve.
Oh, really?
Anyway,
Oh,
evening,
God.
gentlemen, he puts, and Sean. Great to have you back. The summer months without you on my delivery isn't the same. But I hope you've all rested and ready for another topsy-turvy season. But he says, who better to get us through it than you lot? Fuck, the Rice deal finally got done. But what I find really embarrassing is all the West Ham fans jumping on anything on social media about him doing what he did to us. He's a very clever boy and fooled a lot of our fans with his constant West Ham love. He's when I weren't taking him by it.
Me
But now he's
neither.
doing the same at Arsenal and people seem to be getting upset about it. Couldn't give a shit what he achieves in his career now. I support him in England shirt. That's as far as it goes. Next up is the constant wanky shit from the fans regarding Paquetá and Moyes being the reason he wants to leave. I do find that funny. What utter dog shit, he said. Regardless of what manager we had in charge, he'd be off in a flash like any other player would. This whole West Ham are massive bullshit. It's gone to the fans' heads, isn't it? Honestly, are our fans that deluded they think we will ever hold on to players when a club like Man City come calling? I couldn't call us a selling club in the last 10 years, but fans seem to be banging that drum again. It's because we had no one to sell, though, to be fair, cheeks. He says, am I a Moyes fan? Question mark, people. He says, I was on the brink of pushing the button to let him go last season, but he did something no other manager in my lifetime's done. Brackets, that's what I remember. And he's won a silverware. Realistically, who would we bring in if we were to let him go? Not started great for Carrick this season, has it? Good point. Anyway, rant over. I think I'm the only one pleased with the point away. I am. On the first day of the season, think Ward-Prowse would be a great signing. And he also says, shock horror, hoping we can get Maguire sorted out too.
He's easily pleased, isn't he?
There you
Fucking
go.
hell.
But no Brady out.
All that, no Brady out at the
Yeah,
end.
no, yeah. Come on, Cheeks. Sort it out, son, next week. Next up, it's Ziggy Stardust himself. Mr. Davy
He's an
Jones.
alligator.
Someone that will be sitting very close to yourself, shall I point out?
Me?
Yeah, you.
How good is that?
There you go. Isn't it? We can all have a little chin wag on the stairs and everything
Oh,
else.
wow.
Who is that?
On the,
Ziggy.
Ziggy, yeah. On the evening all, he says, not been able to watch the first two games as away on my holidays. All right. So we won't see him then Saturday. But seeing the
Right.
comments on Twitter, we must be doomed. Still think it's strange old setup with Moyes as stubborn as ever. I'm always the optimist, so I'm thinking if they all play with a shirt with a bit of pride and passion, we'll be all right. He has got a question. He says, have we got what it takes without Rice to do any good in Europe and have a decent league?
Sure.
Brady out.
Brady
Let us
out.
down. Brady out. Yeah, I think, Dave, I think we have got it without Rice to, when I say half decent, 10th, 9th spot I think is achievable realistically. And then I think we could have, in the Europa League, we should get out the group stages. There's a bit of me that does send me want third spot to go back into the conference to have another crack at it.
We've got Villa to beat though this time.
Yeah.
It won't be easy.
Well, no, it won't be easy, but you never know, innit? Mark Flynn, short but sweet, says, evening all. Jesse Lingard, anyone? We covered that. Brady out.
Brady out.
Ooh.
Did Mark Flynn need a Delta Kaita name? Or have I missed him before?
That's a good point.
Errol?
Errol. Mark Errol Flynn. There we go. Ian Gravett says, evening, gents. He says, cheers for taking the piss out of me last week, Nigel. Anyway, so how is Mr. Moyes going to change his system? We've bought JWP, but we still never cause problems with our corners. Perhaps we will now. And why was Ings brought on? I can't comment. Guess it'll be another few months
'Cause you
before
didn't
we
watch
see
it.
Alvarez. Brady out.
Brady out.
there you go. So,
Hey.
no,
Oh.
no, it's not. It's weird. Facebook does weird things, but I'm glad we spotted it. It's a friend of ours, Len.
Oh,
It's
go
Mr.
on.
Joe Kuzel.
Oh, Joe.
Here we go. The man with a Z in his name. Evening, gents. He
Evening,
says,
Joe.
I'm so glad I didn't buy the Paqueta painting. That
You
would
know, I
have meant.
found out the other day. Funny, wasn't it?
He
And
said
then
that meant, yeah, 3 empty spaces on the wall it would have been instead of 2.
Yeah. I'll help you fill them, Joe.
Yeah, which
Don't
is
you worry.
funny. He says, Moyes is still the genius he was from last season. I think that's sarcasm, people. Will we
Yeah.
shit ass a Europa League final win? I don't think he's capable of that, Joe. I don't.
Big ass. Never know. It might everything might fall easy for us like it did last time. Should have won that last time.
I don't know. I think losing to Frankfurt, who went on to win it, you know, it's funny because obviously I see that obviously you forget when we went out in '81 of the Cup Winners' Cup, Tbilisi went on to win it. You know, there's no shame in being knocked out to the eventual winners. I think
No.
it was just a notch on their belt. There is a where is it? Because he never lets us down. It's Dan 31 60 43 40
Really?
8H. He says, if Moyes is not the future beyond the season, why are we buying his targets and not Steiden's?
Well, we're not really.
Well,
Well, we are, but
I'll
so
ask
far.
after, actually. I'll ask Silly Bollocks.
Go on.
Quetta is the only player in our squad you would pay to see. We'd have said this, actually. Moyes must be getting a stiff idea of replacing him with McTominay. Everyone out. Well, I got a question,
Ain't
Sean.
going. McTominay is out. He don't want to come to us.
Was the battle between Steiden and Moyes and what type of player we signed? Was it real?
No.
Or is it fake news?
Fake news.
Right. In your opinion.
Well, look, I think what people are saying is there's a difference of opinion, right? And football is about opinions. We have different opinions. But that doesn't mean that they're going to have fights and dust-ups. From what I hear from people who have met him, Tim Steiden is a very reserved, introverted, quite quiet person who's quite reflective. And David Moyes is quite an extrovert and very sure of himself and a
He's
little
a
bit
wanker,
arrogant.
I heard. I don't think anyone likes him.
So you're not going to have confrontation between those two. I mean, and look into this, right? Ask your German friends. You're not going to have confrontation face to face, right? But of course, the common theme is the chairman, right? So David Moyes is going to go to Sullivan, and Steiner's going, I don't think you should do that. I think you should. There's no resale value there. So if there's a conflict, I don't think it's a face-to-face conflict. I think it's through the chairman, and that's maybe it's sort of third-party conflict as such. What I was told, and I think I repeated last week, the week before, is both of them were at the awards dinner. They were seen laughing and talking to each other, and one person who was there and had their picture taken with him actually said, look, Steiden came over with his mobile, pointed to David Moyes and got him to read something, obviously, about a transfer. So the suggestion that they don't collaborate at all is, I think, misplaced and exaggerated. Do they have different ideas on who should sign? You damn bet they do, but that's why we brought him in. But opinions is not conflict, and that's where I think it's been exaggerated by the press. I know you never get a short answer out of me.
No,
Nigel.
I really regret you asking, to be honest, Nigel.
No. Yeah. I must admit, I stopped listening. So I couldn't tell you what he said anyway.
Yes,
yeah, I just stopped when you went no. So that done it for me.
All right,
Well
okay.
done.
All right, we should have said, no, that's enough.
That's enough. There you go.
Yeah, so West Ham have played off their 2001 loan to MSD Holdings. That was a charge against the Rush Green, Chadwell Heath, and Little Heath. So it sort of suggests, unless they've taken a new loan out, that maybe they're solvent enough not to need a revolving credit from MSD anymore.
I mean, if ever
We
you want
charge
to
about
see
10%.
like a statement of modern football, when we sold Harry Hooper in like 1955 or 56 to Wolves, we used the money to buy the land and have the new gates installed. So the entrance to the West Stand that we all knew wasn't there actually. So the original entrance to the West Stand was where the car park gates were next to the vicarage. Yeah. And we fast forward now to modern day, and we use transfer money to pay off our debt payday loan. I mean, how very thoroughly modern do you want to get?
Yeah. But that's good. You know what? This is good.
No, I like it. For me, I think
You've
at some
always
point you've got to
said-
stop doing it. I have.
Yeah. You've
I
always
have.
said it's like, the people who do rely on payday loans or credit cards. It's
Have
clearing
a look
your
over
debts
10
and-
years what we paid insurance. There's an article for
Yeah.
you. What have we paid in interest, in 10 years? Keep having these payday loans that if you stop paying them, what would you get back in 10 years? But that is the end, people.
Yeah. Oh, I
Facebook,
know
Twitter,
that.
question
I
time.
tell you, you've just reminded me something. I was listening to our good friend Kieran Maguire on Price of Football.
I need to start again now. The season started.
So he was talking about Trevor Francis, rest in peace. And
What, his will?
no, he was talking about when he was the largest transfer.
1
And
million.
Kieran Maguire and someone else,
It
I
was
can't
a
remember.
quid short, actually.
Well, it was.
It was
yeah,
a quid short.
It was a quid
Well,
short.
he actually says it was more than that, but let's not get into that. What he's come up with, and I thought of you straight away, Nigel, is an inflation equation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what he said is, in real terms, if you take the retail price index of what loaf of breads and pint of beer and everything,
Yeah.
the £1 million would only be worth £6.5 million in today's terms from when Trevor Francis signed for £1 million.
Mm.
However, using the inflation equation, it's £253 million. Now, I think it would be really interesting, and this is one for you, to look at some of the big West Ham signings in the past and use the inflation equation to work out what they would be worth now.
You're talking to Nigel, you realise that?
Yeah,
don't you?
I know. Or I would do it for you.
Well, I mean, I can tell you what. Obviously, I've got information of what we actually paid for players back in the day.
And I can do the math.
I mean, start with £5,000 then.
Well, I need to know, obviously, the year and...
1976.
I don't have the inflation. I'm going to have to talk to Kieran because I'm not sure he's even published it.
1976 would have been about
What was
15
£5,000?
pence, 20 pence.
No, £5,000. So in 1976, we paid £5,000. Was it not for Alan Devonshire?
Yeah.
So
Anyway, that's
who I think, hands down, cost price for a player that we paid for is the greatest ever signing in the club's history.
Oh, there you go. He created for the Athletic. I've created, along with my colleague, Liverpool University colleague Jason Laws, I've created an inflation calculator for the Athletic that works out how much players cost today based on the original fees. Shearer would have been 222 million.
Right.
But I don't know if he's published this calculator.
I
But
mean,
let's
I'm
do it. I think it'll be
sure-
really interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure there are people that are
maybe you
interested
should,
in it.
Maybe
So
you should.
knock yourself
No.
out.
No, it's just a, it's based on revenues. Okay, it's based on revenues. That basic. Anyway, well, we'll look into it. Are we done on question time?
I did say that. That is the end. Of
Yeah.
the
So, anyway, well, there we go. We're a 2 episode back in the hot seat. I I'm afraid I'm away next Monday and the following Monday in Spain. I will take a mate. You never know. I might end up joining, but don't count on it. Nigel, you're not going to be around next Monday either, are you?
I'm starting a new job from next week where I work nights across the country. So I think I will take up Mr. Leonard's offer and we'll do stuff
Yeah.
during the day. So you'll still hear from me, just possibly popping in and out of the main podcast as and when I can.
Yeah. We could just do a podcast called What Sean Did Today.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
What Sean tweeted
What I
today.
tweeted today. X'd.
Yeah.
What I X'd today.
Yeah.
Because you're obviously ex-West Ham football. I mean, if X was clever, he would actually drop the E in his name.
Yeah, he would.
Wouldn't he?
You're saying he's not clever.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
not saying that at all.
Well, it did sound like that to me.
It did sound like that, didn't it? Yeah.
Did you have a go at my friend?
Oh, I see you
Just after you
crediting.
started.
Now even you've gone into.
Yeah.
I've got to
He's
credit
your
him.
friend now.
Yeah.
You can fucking tag him and get more hits on your
Friend.
Twitter.
Are you
Yeah.
Don't
seriously?
think we ain't fucking seen you.
Do you think we're stupid, Sean?
Yeah.
Do you really not think we
Fucking
see
hell.
through what you did there?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Just that cute.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
All right.
Yeah.
I've been Sean. Nigel has been.
I'm in my shed.
And Len has been.
Sitting here with a neck ache, to be honest.
Yeah. We'll cut this bit. Bye.
Bye.
Bobby Moore. More than just a podcast. Bobby Moore. More than just a podcast.